I contacted a very dear friend of mine who is an expert in atmospheric sciences and works for the government. This is Rev. Michelle Hopkins. I asked him to watch the video, Is This Snow?
Snow. We think it's snow. Earlier today, I saw a video where someone went outside and took some snow and took a lighter and tried to melt the snow like I used to when I was a kid. I always believed that the air was being sprayed with chemicals, which are called chemtrails, and that this is the reason why we're finally having snow, especially in Michigan, because the theory is that geoengineering is supposed to slow down the global warming process. Well, anyway, let's get to this experiment because I couldn't believe what I saw and I wanted to try it. So I have a lighter, and to prove that the lighter is real, I'm going to light this piece of paper. As you see, it's real. And so let me take some snow. It's supposed to be snow. Put it here. And let's try to melt snow. Well, ice rather. It's supposed to be ice. And that's what ice usually does. It should be water underneath right now. But as you see, it's not melting. It's going to actually start deteriorating. Look at this. I've never seen anything like this. No water, no condensation, anything. This is not snow. This is crazy. Anyway, so I went and grabbed my MAP gas, which is like a blowtorch. Literally like a blowtorch. Let's see what happens now. Where is the water? This is not snow. This is crazy. What are they spraying in our air? Okay, now I just wanted to try an ice cube, just a regular ice cube, to see what happens. Let me try my blowtorch. As you can see, the water is look at that. Water.
And I asked him, what is this aerosol polymer compound? And why was this compound used rather than the normal snow-producing aerosols? He asked me to tell him where these areas were so that he could check on the projects for those areas to tell me if he could, if it was not classified, why these polymers were used in those particular projects. Well, first things first, I would like to apologize for the quality of this video. It didn't even have audio with it, so I have to overdub the audio with it. I'm terribly sorry. This video is from my phone. I've been asked by so many people, what is this snow? And have been asking me to do this experiment so that we can figure out what in the world is going on. So very quickly before my aide left, I went out in my motorized wheelchair, as you can see. I followed my aide out as she went to gather up the snow. We're going to follow it back inside all the way in just to lend continuity. It did come from outside. And I'd like to thank you, Tay, my aide, for helping me with this. She was such a good sport. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Tay. Here she is setting it on the table. Now, it didn't pack very easily. So here I was trying to pack it and get a good hard lump of it. packing it in, and then I need to move all the debris off of the mat so that I can get a good show of what happens with this. I'm taking a lighter to it, and right away we notice that there is no dripping from this thing. I asked her to zoom in a little bit to see that there was no dripping at all coming off of it. And in fact, it was starting to turn black. Now, snow, when you put fire to it, if it's legitimate snow, it begins to melt and you see it coming down from the snow itself in water. But this one is not only not doing that, it's very slowly burning back a little bit, but it's not melting, and we have this blackness coming on it, as though there are particulates in it that are burning black. Now I decide to smell it, and what I smell at this point is burnt plastic, burnt polymers. I had my aide smell it, and I asked her, what does that smell like? And she said it smells like burnt rubber or burnt plastic. So here we had this burnt black thing that smelled like burnt rubber or burnt plastic, no water dripping off of it, which told me that this was a polymer. I decided to do a test with an ice cube. So we put the flame to the ice cube to see what would happen with the ice cube. Now mind you, this is tap water ice cube, okay? It is dripping immediately, but to my horror, it began to drip black. Now I don't know whether this was because of the aerosols that were burning out of the lighter, or whether it was in particulates in the water in the ice cube itself, but the water was coming off black. And when I took the mat over to wash it, it still remained on there. No matter how much water I would put on it, it remained on there. Tap water ice cubes. Yes, I'm getting a filter immediately. Now I'm going to show you some images that Jay took. Thank you, Jay, for these wonderful images that you've taken that were in preparation for this storm. This is how our skies were prepared for this storm. I'm going to zoom in on this. I've got some things to show you. First of all, we see pinkness in the sky. Now this is the kind of pinkness that you would see when they're using aluminum tipped fiberglass. The Air Force refers to this as chaff. We're going to look at some dark globules from chemtrails that I've shown you before that actually killed the birds that were in our skies, and some white globules along with those. Now we understand these white globules are apparently super absorbent polymers, preparing the sky to create snow. But what are the dark globules? The United States has been hard pressed to dispose of its depleted uranium, its nuclear waste. And scientists have decided to use it by aerosoling it in the sky in a project to fuse inorganic material with organic material. This is an actual project they're doing, they've been involved with for some years now. They have been taking inanimate objects and animate objects, in other words, inorganic materials and organic materials, phasing them together to create a new particle, a new mechanical organic particle, a cyborg organism. Well, the obvious question becomes, what new species are they creating with this project overhead right now, and why are they creating it? What we're understanding is they have fused these polymers with organic material, with organisms. During this time that all of these people in this region, Region 3, and in other regions as well, all over the US, and in other places in Canada and other places, are becoming ill not just with H1N1, but with a myriad of different illnesses of different types, pseudo-flu-like symptoms, some of which are killing people. And all the while, these people are raining down on us fused materials, artificial snow made of polymers that had been fused with depleted uranium. We saw it in the sky. We saw the process happening in the sky. And why is the depleted uranium being used with these super absorbent polymers? We see that it's happening because we can visualize the green methane gases that are a result of that process. What are they fusing with these polymers? The organic material, and they're watching the process via a drone. Here we see the bird drone. Look how amazing this bird drone is. It literally looks like a bird. It has artificial feathers on it that make it look like a bird. It has engines on it. And here we have the recon instrumentation up above, and then we have some down below. What are they doing to us? What is the reason? Now, I've asked my friend to find out what they are raining down on us, why these polymers were used. And all he can tell me is information that is not classified, and beyond that, a cover story, which means we have to, with our own understanding and researching the projects ourselves, we have to step as close as possible to the knowledge of what they are doing. I hope to give you an update on what my friend has to tell me. But it has been confirmed these are super absorbent polymers. It's artificial snow falling down on us. The question is, why? This is Rev. Michelle Hopkins. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.
Sing with me and darkness tries to hide, and all will see my heart race. How great is our God.